You know, it's easy for all of us to get into the car and put the skis in the back and drive up to Crystal or Stevens Pass or wherever we ski. But how often do we think about what it takes to groom those runs, to get the chairlifts in and run the operations, to let all of us have fun, which is why all of us have such passion for skiing. Tonight we're honoring another leader in that industry, and I do mean a great leader, who has helped to introduce the sport to literally millions in New England. Let's take a look at the life of our next inductee, Phil Gravink.
Philip Gravink has been a guiding light for the ski resort industry for over 4 decades, running the gamut from founding and owning a ski area to managing some of the best ski resorts in the East. He has served on countless national committees that have had major impact on the development of ski resorts and the improvement of the ski experience in this country, while also being called upon for his expertise internationally. Gravink grew up on the family dairy farm in Clymer, New York, and after graduating from high school, attended Cornell University to study agricultural science. While at Cornell, he joined the university's rowing team, helping to lead them to numerous intercollegiate championships as a stroke oarsman. His rowing career was capped by winning a gold medal at the historic Henley Regatta in England, where Cornell shattered the 118-year course record. The crew would also taste victory at the European Championships in Switzerland. Philip returned from college to help manage the family farm, but noting a growing interest in skiing in the area, and with the encouragement of Otto Schneibs, he founded the Peak and Peak Ski Area, serving as its general manager and chairman of the board for 13 years. In 1976 and 1977, he took on the general manager's position of the state of New York's Gore Mountain. His success in the industry caught the eye of Sherman Adams, who recruited him as the CEO of Loon Mountain in New Hampshire. Under his direction from 1977 to 91, Loon flourished, becoming a thoroughly modern and top-ranked ski area. He would parlay this success into a role as Senior Associate of Snow Engineering, with his consulting work at Attitash leading to his being named the resort CEO until 1999. To say that Phil loved to build ski areas is no exaggeration. During the course of his career, he oversaw the building of 6 base lodges, 26 lifts, and 3 hotels, along with several trail systems. As if this was not enough, Gravink served on many National Ski Area Association committees, along with its board of directors, including a 2-year stint as board chairman. A director for 17 years, he provided his expertise on insurance, ski safety, weather modification, and operations manual committees, as well as working with the U.S. Forest Service on regulations and policies. Among his numerous achievements were his years as a delegate to the American Society for Testing and Materials. It was during his tenure that many safety innovations were developed, including the ski safety brake. His work considerably enhancing the skiing experience for millions across the country. Phil's leadership also paid benefits at the state and regional level as well, including 7 years as the president and treasurer of the ski areas of New York. In addition, he provided countless hours to many community organizations outside of skiing. As a result of his outstanding lifetime contributions, Gravink has received countless accolades and awards, including the NSAA's Sherman Adams Award, its Lifetime Achievement Award, and the BEWI Service to the Ski Industry Award. We are honored to now present Philip Gravink with the Medal of Honor and welcome him as an honored member of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome honored member Phil Gravink, escorted by Steve Kircher. Phil Gravink, having been elected by representation of the 15 million skiers and snowboarders in America, we hereby bestow upon you this Medal of Honor in Seattle, Washington, and confer upon you from this day forward induction as an honored member of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Tom and Steve. Thank you for friends and family who are here tonight, especially the surprise I got a few hours ago when my sister Lynn and my daughter Jill unexpectedly flew here from Hartford and Boston to be with us tonight. In the winter of 1962, my partners and I hired Otto Schneebs he was the former coach, as many of you know, of both Dartmouth and St. Lawrence, and afterwards became a consultant to our rapidly growing industry. And he's also an honored member of this august hall. He assisted us in laying out the trails and lift lines of a proposed new ski area to be named Pekin Peak, located in the Lake Erie snowbelt in western New York State. Otto stayed with Shirley and I in our farmhouse for several days. He loved Shirley's apple pie. At the dinner table the last night, Otto said to me, "Field, skiing is more than a sport. Skiing is more than a job. Skiing is a way of life." I never forgot that. It may have taken me a few years to realize the profoundness of these words, but no words can more precisely express our family's experience and that of many of the friends and people in the ski industry here in this room. I want to thank the voting panel of the hall for choosing me and presenting me with this beautiful medal. Please indulge me for a minute as I try to share with you a couple of other medals or high moments that have been important to me along the way. Like an artist standing in front of a bare canvas that he or she dreams of making into a masterpiece, only a few of us have had the distinct privilege of standing in front of a wooded mountainside and dreaming of what it could be. But then comes a year or two, or sometimes 10 or 15 or 20 years of permitting and financing before the first chainsaw or backhoe can touch this sacred canvas. And like the artist, you fret and stew about making a wrong stroke that cannot be erased easily. But then comes the day when you and your supporters, and even the doubters, take the first lift ride and the first run down those new trails. Everyone is then proud and happy. Then maybe later in the day, you and your spouse or your business partner drive to a vantage point across the valley and look up at your masterpiece and think of the hundreds of thousands of people who will over the years have an alpine experience in the safest, most efficient, least environmentally impacting way yet conceived for men and women to enjoy our beautiful high country. Then, like tonight, I would be very proud. I love ski bums. I love local men and women from the farms and villages around our mountain that came to work for the area every winter. And I love that college graduate who has his eyes set on my job in the corner office. Every fall, there's a new crop, but every fall, you are glad that so many have returned from last winter. And I often struggle to find the just right welcome and motivating things to say to those folks for another winter season. But then in the spring, you would winnow through that large group and find a few people that you would even have to find a job for to keep them from leaving and going on to what some people call a real job. And then one day, the really good one would come into your office and sheepishly say that our competitor has offered him a job that he cannot refuse. And they were sometimes surprised when I supported their decision to leave us. I would tell him how much they will be missed, but how flattered I was that our competitor wanted our very best. Today, I can count a dozen or so, like Tom Chassey, president of Schweitzer Mountain, who is here tonight. And in a collegial way, Steve Rice, where we grew together in New Hampshire, who flatter me not by the things that they say, but by their presence in the executive offices of our wonderful ski resort industry around this country. Then, like tonight, I am very proud. Hardly a week passes lately that I don't pause to think of Otto, how right he was. Skiing is a way of life. Thank you, everybody.
Phil Gravink, ladies and gentlemen, honored member of the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame.